Hey world, it's your girl Nina Love. Thanks for being here. This is my regular Wednesday video podcast. Every Wednesday, I sit down and discuss different topics, usually about love and relationships, but no topic is taboo. I have an opinion on everything. Thanks for being here. You can follow me on Twitter and Instagram at Love Nina Love, and also on Facebook.com/Love Nina Love. Give me a thumbs up. This morning, actually, I watched a video on Facebook, and I posted it on my Facebook page at Love Nina Love, where a gentleman was speaking about this era and this generation, not just millennials or the young kids nowadays, but also, older people like myself, how we're always in our phones. And I thought to myself, that is just so sad. Like, he showed pictures of how people communicate nowadays. So just waiting in line, and I'm guilty of this, waiting in line at the grocery store, at the post office, or in a movie theater line or whatever. I'm in my phone, waiting patiently, fully entertained by my phone instead of having real conversations and interactions with people. And so I was inspired to share this part of my life. I've talked several times. I talk a lot about how much I journal or how much I write in my journal. And I just wanted to show and share with you today my collection of journals. This is not all of it. I lost some of it in a flood, and some of them are deteriorating. Like these here, they're old notebooks or like I cut off the rings. These were ring binders, but I cut them off so that I could scan them because some of it is fading. And I spoke to an archivist in a library, and he told me that I should treat it with denatured alcohol so that it would stop deteriorating, or that it would discourage any mold or mold. So it would discourage mold growth. But this is from 1990. I don't know if you can see that. 1990. Crazy. But yeah, so these are deteriorating, but I did want to share why this is important in terms of how we are dealing with this whole electronic age and younger generations. And I want to encourage people to start writing again, because all of those Facebook statuses and Twitter feed and whatever you post, all of the social media posts that we do are in the cloud. Nobody has them printed out unless you regularly print them out. I do actually print some of it out, and I put them in my journal. Oh, I didn't mark one, but those things will fade when you fade. When I'm gone from this life, all of my Facebook statuses and Twitter updates and Instagram posts are still in the cloud, but somebody has to go dig and search and find them. Here, my posterity, which will be my nieces and nephews, will be able to actually pull out my journals and see inside my brain and the way I think. And so I actually, there's no limit to what you can do with the journal. There's nothing that, you can only write, and you can't curse. None of that. There's no rules. You can do whatever you want in your journals. So this is from 1991. They're all in order. So this is from 1991, and then the latest one I did here that I just finished on November 30th is 2018. But I marked some of the things that I wanted to share, or maybe I didn't mark anything in this one. Anyway, this is 1991, and I had a great time. Like, there's pictures. See some of me and some of my friends. So funny. I even keep sketchbooks. So this is a sketchbook that I started probably, I believe it was 94. And I was trying to sketch. This is one of my friends. He passed away. Pat, so some of you might remember him. And I was into sketching, and I kept them, and they're so old. I can't believe it. Like, you can see I dated them. this is a picture of my mother and my little brother. And from the profile, it actually looks like me. I don't know if you can see that really well, but I feel like it looks like me, but that's my mother and my little brother. You can see 95. Yeah, I like to sketch and I like to draw. I'm artsy fartsy like that. This is me attempting to draw Bob Marley. Anyway, so you can do anything with your journals. And so this is why I wish people would go back to writing and writing in journals. And this is my pitch so that everybody can go back to writing in journals. I often go through a graffiti phase. Yeah, artsy fartsy. I also love to write letters. And people, like I said in a previous video, people who know me, when I come to visit, like if I haven't seen them in a while, they will break out letters I've written them, which is kind of embarrassing when I see what I used to write in the past. This is a binder of, I made this binder when my ex came in. Well, my ex came home from Iraq. He was deployed to Iraq. So these are all my letters. I wrote him a 2-page letter every single, I think every day. Every day while he was away. I wrote him every single day. And he had letters actually that he didn't even open that followed him home. Like it went to Iraq and he was already home, back to our home, and it got sent back. He didn't even open them. Look, they're still sealed. Still sealed. Still sealed. I kept them and I took them back when we divorced because these are my words. Anyway, I have letters that I wrote to my first husband too. They're a huge stack, actually, bigger than this stack, but we courted for 3 years before we got married. So, courted. That's such an antiquated word, but I wish guys would court girls nowadays. Anyway, like I would make these little things, and like here it says, why Lamont is the perfect husband for me, and then it gives all the reasons why he's perfect for me. Here it says, it's the little things you do. And then I wrote all the little things that I noticed about him in the way he treated me when we got married. So I will never take you for granted. I didn't take him for granted. Anyway, so I wish people would write more often in a journal. These are things that will probably live longer than we will, and it will carry on. I don't know if I have any really hugely life-changing, world-changing thoughts, but if you can imagine, if you could go back and you see a pedigree chart of your ancestors, if you could go back 3 generations and read about their life, wouldn't you like that? With Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram, and Snapchat, and all of these things, they go away, they disappear, they're in the cloud. God forbid there's no electric and there's no power or computers. All of those things disappear. These, they might disappear, but I believe they will survive longer than whatever's in the cloud. So everybody should get back to writing in a journal. And that is the reason why I do my writer's prompts. I've been trying to be more regular about posting writer's prompts. And most of the times my questions, people ask me where I get my writer's prompts from, is actually something that I've already written in my journal and that I'm sharing with you so that you can have a reason to write. You know, even if it's bullet points, like the last writer's prompt I did was 3 things, the 3 things challenge. And all you have to do is write what it is and a bullet point. But actually, you could actually go into more depth by explaining why that's the answer. For instance, the first thing I said was 3 names that I go by. Babe. I don't think my dad has ever called me anything but babe. I don't even know if he has ever used my given name. I can't recall because I've always been babe or baby. And second is Me Rock, which is my given name backwards. And then shortened, it's Nina. That's how I got Nina Love. And I tell the story in my journal about how I got that. And then Reen, which is my given name, shortened given name. But these are things, these are icebreakers you could use in a conversation. There's just all kinds of things you could do with the journal, with writing, and it will outlive us. And just imagine if you could go back and read how the life of your ancestor was in their time. Wouldn't that be so wonderful? Like I think of my great grandmother who was alive when at the turn of the century or when Hawaii was annexed. I want to know about her life. I want to know how she felt about the changing times and the political dealings, but I don't have that. And I hope, and I do write a lot about the political climate, and I write a lot about love in my journals, but that's what I want my posterity to know about me, my life, and my times. And hopefully you want to do the same. Make it a challenge for 2019 to write more, to do things that will actually outlive us, because everything we do on the internet will disappear into the cloud somewhere, even this video, even my blog, even though I do print my blog. Anyway, let me know what you think and if you're going to even do it for 2019. I challenge you to do it. And I promise you that I am going to post more writer's prompts just so you can get going on it. Anyway, it's your girl, Nina Love. Follow me on Instagram and Twitter and like my Facebook page at Love Nina Love. Give me a thumbs up. It's your girl, Nina Love. Holla. Have a fabulous week, everybody.